Welcome to this week's Power of. I heard a story a while ago about a grandpa that fell asleep on his couch. Well, while he was sleeping, his grandkids thought that it would be hilarious to put some blue cheese under his nose. So while he was sleeping, they rubbed some blue cheese under his nose. And if you've ever smelled blue cheese, you know how bad it stinks. So when he woke up, he could smell this terrible smell, and he thought it was his couch that he was sleeping on, and he was looking around trying to figure out, where's the smell coming from, and it wasn't the couch. So then he got up and walked around, walked into the kitchen. It was in there too, and he could smell it, and it stunk really bad. And so then he's saying, well, the couch stinks, and the kitchen stinks, and the whole house stinks. So he goes outside, and it still stinks, and all he can smell is this rotten cheese smell. And finally he says, the whole world stinks. And then, of course, he realized it wasn't the whole world, but it was actually on him, that the smell was directly on him, and that's where it was coming from. This story made me think of how what is in us, what is our thoughts about ourselves, our perspective of ourselves, how that affects us and affects how we treat other people. I firmly believe that how you treat other people is a clear reflection of how you feel about yourself. Have you ever noticed that a person that realizes how blessed they are, and they're full of gratitude, and they're thankful for everything that they get and everything that they have, they are usually the most generous, most giving people, because they have the mindset of prosperity, the mindset of giving and of gratitude, and they want to give back, and they're full of giving and gratitude because they realize how much they have, and they're so thankful for that. So they in turn give back and are very generous. On the other hand, those people that are always complaining about not having enough, or think that they're the victim, or life has somehow robbed them, or everybody else has more than them and they just can't get ahead, and they have that poverty mindset, they're usually the ones that are holding on to things. They're clinging on to what they have, and they don't want to share or give or be generous with anything. And it's because of the way they see themselves, because of the perspective and how they feel about themselves and about their lives. I'm sure we've all heard people that gossip or talk about the way somebody else looks. Well, often that's because they are unhappy with the way that they look and how they feel about their bodies, or tear other people down because of the way they feel about their own lives. When a person feels crappy about their own lives, it often comes out in the way that they treat other people. Pessimistic, negative, hateful, or happy, generous, grateful. Either way is a clear reflection of how we feel about ourselves. And I feel like the people that are, tend to be negative or hateful or rude to other people, it's not something that just happens overnight. That sort of thing can tend to creep up on a person. And the worse and worse that we feel about ourselves and the way our life is going, then it tends to turn around and we tend to treat people worse and worse and worse. And I believe that most of those people that behave in that way and are rude to other people don't even always necessarily recognize that they're doing it. It's become a habit. It's just an attitude that they've taken on, and they've developed that habit. Just like a positive and good habit of being nice to people can be developed, in the same way the negative, bad habits can be developed too, and usually without even recognizing that we're doing it. But like everything in life, it's our choice. We choose whether we're going to develop that habit of being kind and generous and nice, or allow that negative, disrespectful, rude habit to be developed in our lives. And it all starts with ourselves. If you find that you are negative and rude to other people, then take a look at yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Because like I said, I believe that it is a clear reflection on how you feel about yourself is the way you treat other people. And if you find that you are behaving in those ways and have those habits, then it's time to show yourself some love, whatever that looks like for you. One of the best, free, easiest ways to do that is by keeping a gratitude journal and to recognize all the good things that you do have in your life and all the positive things about you. And it helps you to feel better about yourself and encourage yourself. And it's amazing how that turns around. There's a quote that says, kindness is like a boomerang. It always comes back around. And when we can build ourselves up and encourage ourselves in the same way, then we can do that for other people too. And when we tend to think negative things about ourselves, we also tend to think negative things about other people. So if you catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself or thinking something negative about someone else, stop yourself. Take captive that thought and instead replace it with something positive, because there's always something good in you, in other people, in any situation. Somehow there's something positive. It's not always a good situation, but there's always something positive in the moment. So I encourage you, if you find that you are one of these negative, rude, harsh type people, and you find that it's easy for you to tear other people down and talk negative about other people, to show yourself some love and also to show other people some love. Take captive those thoughts and turn those negative things about yourself and about other people, turn them around to good, kind thoughts and good, kind words. Or if you're the person that's dealing with people like that in your life, you have people that tend to be rude or negative or hurtful, you might have to just remind yourself that they feel crappy about their lives and there's nothing you can do about that. They're unhappy with themselves and unhappy about their lives, and only they can change that. Only they can make the choice to better themselves, and there's nothing you can do about that. So when someone says something negative about you, remind yourself, that's a reflection of them, not of you. And remember, kindness is like a boomerang, and it will come back around to you. So share kindness, share the love with yourself and with other people. I hope this has encouraged you and supported you today in getting you to love yourself and to love other people and to reach your goals. So feel free to share a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you believe that the way a person treats other people is a clear reflection of how they feel about themselves? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Have an awesome week. Thanks for watching.